वेलकम बच्चों. So today we'll be starting exercise 2.2 of polynomials. So before I start, I suggest you to pause the video, open your textbook. Even if you're not opening the textbook, the questions will be there on the screen. You see the question. I am reading the question. Now what the question is saying? Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So it is asking you to do two things. What are the two things? First, it is asking you to find the zero of the polynomial. You have to see it very carefully. One question is there every year in your board exam. So hopefully this year also the same pattern will be repeated. So your first question is x square minus 2x minus 8. As you see on the screen, the question is this: x square minus 2x minus 8. Now they are saying find the zero of the coefficient. So first of all, we have to find the zero of the coefficient. We have to find out the zero of this polynomial, and that we'll do by splitting the middle term. So how to split the middle term? So for this, one thing you can do is, if you have the quadratic polynomial of this form, this first and this multiplied, that is this AC, product of AC will be the product of AC will be your product, and this AC you have to split in two parts such that when added, when this part and this part is added, you should get the middle term. When added, you should get the middle term. So here what the product is, what is the product here? So you say that the product here is this. Here the number is 1. So 1 into minus 8 is minus 8. Here you have the product minus 8. Now this minus 8 has to be split into two parts to get, so that when we add them we get minus 2. So for the difference of 2, the two numbers that comes in your mind is 4 and 2. You know, 4 multiplied by 2 will give you 8, and the difference of 4 and 2 will be 2. Now of this, which will have a negative sign, because we have to get minus 8. So out of this 4 number, then you have to decide which of these will have negative sign. So if I give negative sign to 2, so 4 into minus 2, I will get minus 8. But when I add, that is 4 plus of minus 2, that is 4 minus 2, I will get plus 2. But what we require is minus. Since here we have negative, so out of this the bigger number will take the negative sign. So you will have this minus 4 and 2. So you can write this. Now this can be written as x square minus 4x plus 2x minus 8. You can write this way. Now you have to take group of this, group of this. Now the common between x square and minus 4x is of course x. So you write this as, now 1x taken out, so 1x will remain inside, minus this x is already taken out, so 4 remains, x minus 4 plus. Now what to take common here? So now you know that in 2's table 2 also comes and 8 also comes. So you take 2 as common. So here 2 is taken x, then this minus sign, and then 2 4 are 8. Now in this you have x minus 4 as common. So take this out, x minus 4 common taken. So what is left? Here x is left, this sign plus, and this 2 is left. So you get, when you factorize this, you get x minus 4 and x plus 2. Now the thing is that we have to find out 0 of this polynomial. So what we'll do, we'll equate this to 0. So you write this as, you write here x minus 4 equals to 0, and you can write or x plus 2 equals to 0. If you do this, what you get x equals to, if you shift this minus 4 this side, you get plus 4, or x equals to minus 2. So the two zeros are 4 and minus 2. You write therefore the two zeros are 4 and minus 2. So this is the first part of the question which we have done. This is the first part of the question that asks find the 0 of the given quadratic polynomial. So this is the first part we did, that the zeros are 4 and minus 2. Now now we have to do the second part, verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So we'll write that let alpha equals to 4 and beta equals to minus 2. We'll say that the two zeros are alpha and beta. In quadratic polynomial we get zeros as alpha and beta. Now we have to verify this. So first of all, we'll get sum of zeros. I am doing it here. Now we'll do sum of zeros. So we'll do sum of zeros. Sum of zeros. So this will be sum of zeros equals to 4 plus minus 2. That is alpha plus beta. Sum of zeros meaning alpha and beta, we taken the two zeros. So sum is adding. So alpha plus beta equals to 4 minus 2. That is equals to 2. We got alpha plus beta equals to 2. Now let us see the coefficient. So now if you do minus of coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. So coefficient of x is minus 2 and coefficient of x is 1. As you see, coefficient of x is 1. So you can write this as, now coefficient of x, if you have this, the general polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. So from here, coefficient of x means b. So minus b upon coefficient of x square, that is a. A equals to, you are getting minus 2. So you say therefore alpha plus beta equals to minus b upon a. That is, the sum of zeros is verified. The sum of the zeros is verified. Now let us see the product of zeros. What the product of zero is saying. So for product of zeros, now write product of zeros. Product of zeros. So that will be 4 into minus 2. Now product meaning alpha beta. So alpha beta will be minus 8. Now let us see what is constant term upon coefficient of x square gives. Coefficient of x square. So constant term here, constant, that means see here it is minus 8 and coefficient of x square is 1. So now constant term, that is c, and coefficient of x square, that is a, and it is giving you minus 8. So you say therefore alpha beta is equals to c upon a. So this is also verified. So we verified both of them. The sum of the zeros is also coming, whereas the product of zero is also coming to be what we have been taught. So finally you write hence verified. So this way you have to do. First you have to factorize the given quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle term. Then you'll get, when you factorize, then equate them to 0 to get the two zeros, name them alpha and beta, and then find the sum of the zeros this way, product of zeros this way, and your question will be done. So this way you have to solve. I hope you all have understood how to solve this question. So I will move to next question. So dear students, this is the second question. The question is 4s square minus 4s plus 1. As I said earlier, to factorize you have to get product of these two. You have to get product of these two numbers. 4 into 1 is 4. When you split them, you get minus 2 minus 2. Minus 2 into minus 2 will give 4. Minus 2 minus 2 will give minus 4, the middle term. Now you write this way. I hope you can do this, and you get the factors as this. Now equate them to 0. 2s minus 1 equals to 0, or 2s minus 1 equals to 0. So you get 2s equals to 1. 1 goes that side, it becomes positive. 2s equals to 1. So s will be equal to, now this 2 will come here, so it will get divided. S equals to 1 by 2 or s equals to 1 by 2. So we get the two roots as 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. We name them as alpha equals to 1 by 2, beta equals to 1 by 2. Now this is first part. We found the root of the given quadratic polynomial. Next is verifying their relation with the coefficient. So what we do here, we find first we do sum of the roots. So alpha plus beta, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 will be 1. Then we do minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. So minus coefficient of x. Coefficient of x, here instead of x you write it s because your variable is s. So coefficient of s is minus 4. So minus of minus 4, because already we have minus in the formula. So minus into minus 4 upon 4. So this will, or coefficient of s is b. So minus b upon coefficient of s square, that is a, will be 4 upon 4. Minus into minus is plus. So 4 upon 4, that gets cancelled, you get 1. So here this and this are same. So you will say alpha plus beta equals to minus b by a. So this is one part verified. Now we will verify the second part, that is product of the roots. So we will find out what is product of roots. So product of roots, so this will be, the roots are 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, so you will do 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. So you will say alpha beta 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 will be 1 by 4. Now you will do constant term. You will check what is constant term upon coefficient of x square equals to constant term upon coefficient of x square. So constant term is 1 and coefficient of x square is 4. So you get here constant term is c upon a. You get this as 1 by 4. As you see, this and this are same. So that therefore alpha beta equals to c by a. So here both are verified. This also and this also. So our question is complete. This way we have to solve the question. Now let us move to the third question. Now dear students, see the third question. Now here they have just interchanged the digits. So always remember, whenever you get a quadratic polynomial, your first task should be to see whether they are written in proper order or not. Means whether they are written x in the according to x square plus bx plus c or not. If not, then arrange them. See the way I have arranged. Here it was 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. Constant term is given in the middle. We always do mistake in this. So constant term always should come in the last. So I rearrange 6x square minus 7x minus 3. Now the same procedure. Now it's a quadratic polynomial. You have to split the middle term. To split the middle term, you have to take product of this 6 and minus 3. 6 and minus 3, 6 minus 3, 18, minus 18. Now you take 9 to the 18. Now since this middle term has negative sign, the bigger number will get negative sign. So minus 9 and 2 will be the factors of minus 18. Now writing this way, 6x square minus 9x plus 2x minus 3. Now from these two, you will take 3x as common. Now if you take 3x common, 3 to the 6 and 1x here minus, or x is already taken out, 3 3 is 9 plus. Now here if nothing is in common, take 1 as common. 1 will be common always. So 1 taken common, so 2x minus 3. Now this 2x minus 3, 2x minus 3 taken again common, 3x plus 1 left out. So you get, when you factorize the polynomial, you get 2x minus 3 and 3x plus 1. Now put them to 0. So 2x minus 3 equals to 0 or 3x plus 1 equals to 0. Now minus 3 goes that side, you get 2x equals to 3 or 3x equals to minus 1. Now from here, x will be equal to 3 by 2 or x will be equal to minus 1 upon 3. So the two zeros are 3 by 2 or minus 1 by 3. Now let us take them to be alpha equals to 3 by 2 and beta equals to 1 by 3. So now we have to find out sum of roots. So find the sum of roots. 3 upon 2 plus minus 1 upon 3, that is 3 upon 2 minus 1 upon 3. 6 will be the LCM. Then you will do 3 3 is 9 minus 2 1 is 2, that will be 7 upon 6. So sum will come out to be alpha plus beta equals to 7 upon 6. Now let us check with this coefficient. So minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. So minus of minus 7 upon 6. So minus b upon a will be 7 upon 6. That is alpha plus beta equals to minus b upon a. So this is correct. Now we will do product of roots. Now what the product of roots will be? So if you see product of roots, so product of roots, the roots are 3 upon 2 into minus 1 upon 3. Now see, these 3 and these 3 will get cancelled. So you get product of root alpha beta as minus 1 upon 2. Now let us check with the coefficient. So this is constant term upon coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. So constant term is minus 3 here. So minus 3 and this is x square coefficient is 6. So c upon a equals to, now this minus 3 upon 6 is 3 1 is 3, 3 2 is 6, that is minus 1 upon 2. So we write therefore alpha beta equals to c upon a. So again here the relation is verified. So if you get question this way, so first you have to factorize and then you have to verify the relationship between the 0 and the, these are the zeros and these are the coefficients. So the relation is also verified. Finally you write hence verified. My dear students, just check in question number 2, maybe instead of taking s as the variable, I have taken x. If that's the case, just arrange it. It should not be x. You have to take variable according to what is given. So maybe in a hurry I have taken x because I wanted to finish these 3 questions in as less time as possible. So I hope you understood these 3 questions. So the next 3 questions I will be giving in the next video. So till then, solve these questions. And if you have any doubt, comment me in the comment box. I will try to solve the problem if there is any. So this is all for today. Have a good day.